I've been asked to give my opinion about today's men, and specifically what I think are the causes that have brought men to the current state that they are in now, and why they have changed over time. Uh, it's not a very easy answer, but I'll try to simplify it as best I can. I think first and foremost, it's up to the individual. So you need to first recognize the society you live in and the direction that that society is pushing. And once you recognize and acknowledge that, you then make a decision as to what kind of man you want to be. For me personally, I don't give a fuck what the whole world is doing. If the whole world's position is not the same of mine, I will stand on my belief until I am shown or otherwise. I will absolutely stand on what I believe in. And that's part of what's missing in the equation of current man. Today's men are basically just so easily influenced and have been led to this position of weakness for so long now, a position that basically instills in them the belief that they are in need of assistance of other men in order to survive. They're not able to survive on their own. They're not capable enough or intelligent enough to figure things out on their own. And it's very sad. So that combined with the whole political correctness thing where men are just, their voice has been taken from them. They can no longer say the things that they want to say. They've lost the right to feel and think anything other than what their world and their society wants them to think. That's the problem in itself. I mean, what the fuck kind of men are we that allow for other people to tell us what can and cannot be spoken about? It just blows my mind that I'm even having this dialogue now. It's just insane. Who the fuck is somebody else to tell us what to say, what to do, what to believe? And I think that, in addition to all the technology is a huge role in this whole thing. I mean, it's just amazing how so many people can be so immersed in the technology of the times and not even be fucking employed. I see it all the time. People don't even have fucking jobs. They don't have jobs, yet they have all these gadgets. And they're on these gadgets all the time. They always have something to do and some gossip and some bullshit to comment about coming from the gadgets. And it's just, it's a real shame. It's a shame that men don't have enough pride to realize that, you can't rely on other people. You can't live off of the sweat of another. And if you do, you're only to do so for a short period of time until you get back on your feet. But especially with the young people, I mean, I see people I see a whole generation of males that basically just stay home and play video games and smoke weed, and they live with their parents. There's no shame in living with their parents until they're well in their 20s, even 30s. That's fucking crazy. Come on. I was a fucking man when I was 14 years old. Toughen the fuck up. Toughen up. Get the fuck out of that basement and go fucking work. Go find your way. So another point that now I realize is that nobody's speaking to these males in the way that they need to be spoken to. This is the way that people need to be spoken to. I know I'm not politically correct. I'm so far from that. But this is it. People need to hear the harsh fucking realities. They have to stop being babied. We live in a society that's babying everything, every topic, every person, every group of people. Everything's fucking babied. And it's dealt with in a way that, in my mind, is the equivalent of how you would deal with it if it were like a children's issue. If we were in school, in a kindergarten or a first grade. I can't understand how nobody's really telling people what the fuck it is. It's not okay to continue on in the way that we are going. It is not okay. I mean, if men think that that's okay, the way they are is okay, that's on you. But going back to my original point, I believe it's up to each individual as to what kind of man they want to be. So the last point I'm going to make as to what I think a cause of the changes is the education system. Absolutely. I mean, one thing that differentiates me from than my peers is that I never went to school really. I left school at a very early age, and I see that played a huge role in how I turned out. So I'm not one of the typical fucking sheep as a result of going to school. So thank you.